Jani has a bit awkward angle to go to the 8, or at least so it seems from the monitor. He's just able to stop the cue ball on time for having a bit thinner cut than what he would wish, but what he can still manage if he's sharp from his mind and arm. And so he does. The 8 ball goes from the center of the pocket, leaves himself a long 9, but this is one of the shots or type of shots which Jani is at his best. And that's what he does, no problem. I didn't see the first break, but could be that both run out their first break. And it's 1-1. All square.
Hello.
They are racking to each other,
Đổi
which is
rồi
a
à?
bit of a surprise. I don't
Giờ
know the
là
rule.
người phá,
If I remember
người
correctly,
này
the
phá thì người kia
previous
xếp.
match they were
Không phải như
racking
lúc
to
này là
each
ai
other.
phá
I mean,
thì
to
người xếp.
themselves.
1-1.
Hoang doesn't check the rack. Has faith that Jani racks them properly. And has a very good break.
Có tình huống chỗ con
Considering the white
là
ball
con 5,
control,
con 5
having
với
the
con
one
7.
ball to the side, and maybe a little bit by chance gets a very good shot for the 2 ball. 3 ball is hanging on the
5-9 là
corner, so
quân rồi.
that won't be a
4 ở
problem.
trên
But
chắc là điều
4
về ghép 5-9
ball is
anh em
some
nhỉ.
sort of a key shot in this rack. If he gets straight in, I would maybe suggest that or guess that he will go with the 4 ball to the same corner where he put the 2 ball.
3-4 không vấn đề.
That's what he was checking.
Không hiểu anh Hoàng là điều
So after that, he shouldn't have too much
không được phải kéo hẳn
problems.
con cái về phía dưới.
Seems that he did get a little bit of an angle, which he didn't want. Now he might be able to kill the white ball to have it on the right side of the 9 ball.
Con 4 là màu tím à?
I repeat, I
Mình cứ nhầm con
commentate
4
through
là
a
màu
monitor,
cam anh
so
em ạ.
some of the angles are not
Mình nhầm con 4 màu cam.
clear.
Trực tiếp
He has
trực tiếp
second
ông ơi.
thoughts, so it might
Lâu
be
lắm
that
rồi mình thấy ông.
he was aiming low, so he might be tempting to draw the ball, or he was looking to draw the ball from
Tôi
the
nhầm con 4 với con 5 anh em ạ.
end cushion where his arm is now, but now he's stunning it on the left side of the 7. And he does it very good.
Ui, hay quá kìa.
But now the angle is not ideal again. He has to go across the angles, I would guess. If he would have left the white ball on the right side, which was the original plan, he could have just played the 7 then on the lower left. Now he has to go once across, which always creates a little bit of
Không sao.
chances to
Với
get
cái má
into
này thì con
trouble.
7, con 8 vẫn xử lý được.
And he was
Không có vấn đề gì cả. Đẩy con cái lên thôi.
hard on this
Đừng để
shot,
con
but
8
he's probably able to
Con
leave
dựng
the
lên.
white ball in the middle of the
Đánh chín.
table and play bit thinner cut on the 8. But the risk with this is now that of course you don't want to leave it behind the 9, but also you don't want to leave it too thin. And he's actually played it very bravely with 2 cushions instead of slow rolling it
Để
with
lối cho
1.
chắc.
He was able to get a little bit closer to 8, now he has to reach with the extension. But this is quite ideal from this situation, so not expecting him to miss. And that's what he does. Quite perfectly on the 9, I think it should be 2-1. If I got it correctly, it has been all runouts until so far.
Giờ là anh Hoàng xếp cho ông kia phá. Nãy là anh Hoàng xếp, anh Hoàng phá.
What is this
Giờ
Vales?
thì là đổi lại.
Vales got 25,000 VND.
Bên
What is
tài
that?
báo lại.
Buy some ramen. Is it for me? Is this message for me? And what does the ramen do?
Từ giờ đến tháng 5 là chúng ta xem anh Hoàng
Is
bắn
that
suốt thôi.
like a fish dish from Japan or something like that? Tuomas Toropainen has entered the chat. You are mostly welcome. We all love you very much. Jani is able to make the 1 ball, but he's a bit unfortunate, or a bit more than a bit unfortunate, to leave himself hooked. But Jani is actually very good with jump shots. He might be able to jump. I mean, it might be worth the risk to jump. The thing is that he will doesn't have a free 3 ball afterwards, but
mất má con 9 rồi.
the combination is not too difficult either.
Ông kia lấy gậy
That's
nhảy
why
luôn
I
rồi.
thought he will take
Không có
the
đánh an
jump
toàn,
shot,
nhảy luôn.
jump cue, jump shot coming up, and he tries to play with the bottom spin, draw the cue ball between the 7 and 6, which he actually failed to do. He had it a little bit too thick,
Nhảy tiếp phát lướt.
bit thinner cut, and he would have got up from the rail. Now the 8 ball might be distracting him more than the 6. If it was only the 6 ball, he would be for sure jumping this. He's looking for the jump, so it might be that the 8 ball is not on the way. And he's going for the 3-5 combination.
Ghép 35.
He's able to jump the 8 also, but he's not able to pocket the 5,
Hơi co tay.
which leaves Hoang otherwise easy shot, but the 5 is distracting. Also he has to anyway reach, stretch to reach it, so well, he's able to do it, but there is some distraction on the cueing, which might be a savior for Jani, but I'd say Hoang, as a world-class professional he is, should be able to use the rest and follow with the cue ball to the between 9 and 4, 4 and 5. When he does it, he has the bit similar shot. Doesn't have to change much.
Đẩy dựng một băng tiếp.
High ball. Probably place the 5 to the upper left corner after this. Okay, he went a bit harder. This is not what he tried for sure. Let's see if he has a shot. He does have a shot, but not at all ideal. A bit surprised he played that so hard, because he's good with long shots, so he could have left the white ball here 20-30 centimeters from the rail and played the 5 ball to the upper left corner, but now he has to play a thin cut either to the corner or to the center side pocket, and both are tricky with the cue ball control. So takes his time, these are the shots which might dictate how the game starts building itself.
Vẫn còn há kìa.
He managed to pocket it, and he
Ra 6 đẹp
raises
luôn.
his
3 8 ra
hand
6 đẹp kìa.
in a small
Mình tưởng hết má
gesture
lúc
of
10 luôn rồi chứ.
apologizing to luck because he was lucky with the cue ball, and the rest should be a routine.
Chỉ mỗi 10 luôn.
There is some Vietnamese language discussion about cues, and the name cue lees has been mentioned now several times, but in Vietnamese language messages, so I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about, but cue lees is the cue what I use, and I can say that it's the best cue what I have ever tried and what I have ever used. Many players of course have changed to carbon fiber, which I do understand, though I find it sad because I love the wood, but from the wooden shafts the Culees has been by far the best what I've ever tried. Talking about the pocket size, I don't, like I said in the previous match of Hoang, I'm not 100% sure of the pocket size, like the official measurement,
Nhưng mà hôm nay phá
but
rất
they
ổn
play
định luôn.
tighter for sure than the ordinary.
Bên kia lại dính sóng rồi anh em ạ. Đây là sóng của bên kia với sóng của mình. Trận trước cũng thế. Trận trước bên kia cũng mất sóng. Trận này cũng quay. Để mình kiếm luồng khác vậy. Luồng của họ bị chết rồi. Đây bán 7. Đây bổ 2. Nên đây bổ 2. Ok. Họ đây là định thủ kiểu gì đây? Mình nhìn tay họ để mình còn không biết được họ định thủ kiểu gì luôn ấy. Thủ 6-7 thì cũng không thể nào áp thê phải của ý đâu. Còn 4 màu tím anh nhỉ? Thủ 4 màu tím. Anh Hoàng nhìn con 4 nó ít xa rồi. Ui, hay thế mình không nhìn ra cái đường qua khe 49 ý luôn. Hay thế. Con này cắm về cho cái nó nở ra. Nở ra thì đánh 6 với 7 đẹp luôn. Con này kéo hẳn về đánh 8 lỗ 10. Không, anh đánh sang luôn. Ok, 4-1.
Okay, there has been some more technical problems.
Đường
For
này
some
của họ
reason
đang để là
it
luồng của bên
jumped.
trận
So now the
AKD.
text is wrong, but the guys are
Còn luồng của trận anh Hoàng là
right.
đang bị chết. Họ đẩy sang luồng của AKD. Anh Hoàng xếp là thường hay xếp con 2 ở dưới đáy. Người cứ để ý thì xem. Tơi luôn này. Kia cho cái 3-4 thôi. Này lấy cái một băng sang bên phải này, đánh 3 thôi. Nhìn thế này không được, còn má đánh con 3 không? Hết má rồi. Anh Hoàng nhảy rồi. Nhảy cân. Quả này là anh Hoàng nhảy cân rồi. Nhảy cân lỗ 10 rồi.
Kuuluukohan tää? No nyt varmaan kuuluu. Okay, so thank you for bearing with us. There has been strangely a lot of technical
Ui,
problems this
gì chém nó 10 lần.
afternoon.
Mình tưởng nhảy
But
cân của ý
hopefully
chứ.
you're able to
Chém
enjoy the
khó
stream,
quá.
having some patience with us. I think my monitor is still lagging a lot, so I see my voice, you hear my voice in a different part, what I'm seeing.
Nhìn cái họ đánh thế nào ấy.
So I'm not
Mọi
able
người
to
có thấy cái cách
commentate
họ đưa gậy không?
on the shots because my commentary comes in a wrong. My microphone and my monitor are in the same, are in the different.
Mình nhìn thấy cái cách họ đưa gậy cứ bị rung rung kiểu gì ấy. Quả đánh con 7 ấy. Trận này cũng nhẹ nhàng rồi. Nhảy thế nào à?
The problem at the moment is that the technical guy, he forgot to, there's now sound on my other monitor, so whatever I say here comes 1 or 2 minutes later now in my small room of commentary room. I can see actually now one monitor is at the present time. Okay, now the technical advisor came, and it seems at the time that we are fine with everything. Jani Siekkinen took a timeout. He missed a easy 7 ball. He had a ball in hand. He missed an easy 7 ball. Duong Quoc Hoang has been playing extremely well. I think there hasn't been any mistakes. Or there was this jump shot where he scratched, but it was not an easy shot in by any means. Now Jani is done with his toilet break, doing his last adjustments, putting on the glove, and let's see if he can pull back some runouts and good shots, because those what he will need now. From 5-1 alternate break, it's not easy to climb up, but it's never also impossible. So it's all still in the process.
Mình để ý nhé. Anh Hoàng thì set B thì con 2 dưới đáy, còn mấy người bên đấy set B thì con 2 nó hay ở giữa. Có ông thì set bên trái, có ông set bên phải. Ông nào phá bên phải thì xếp bên phải thì phải. Chết cái luôn. Ông chết cái là
A
đẹp
rare
luôn này.
mistake from
Con
Hoang.
2
Scratch 2 cushions. It's not easy to control the break. There's always a risks with different collisions with the balls, but also drawing the cue ball a bit too much, so the middle pockets come to play. That's what happened. Jani has everything is open now. I think he will go 3 rails with the 2 ball. I mean with the 3 ball, somewhere near where the thumb rack is on the cushion. Then afterwards 5 ball is playable to the lower right. But he's too hasty. He's gonna be very lucky to leave himself open. I don't think he did.
Họ giơ tay thế này như là vẫn
Those
nhìn
kind
được
of
con 4 thì
shots
phải.
with the new cloth has to be played very carefully. It's a little bit too thick, a little bit too much, or a little bit too little. Side spin, this is what happens, but he's lucky to leave himself the 4 ball open between the 8 and 5. That's a bit Jani-like luck. I know him very well, have been playing with him like 15 years.
Con này sẽ bị cắm này.
When we were fixing the stream, I haven't
Cầm
been
cái một băng
able
dài.
to follow the chat very well.
Ok, chắc 7-8 không có vấn
82
đề gì
ask
nữa.
where I am. I'm here, trying to focus on a couple of things at the time, which is very difficult for me.
Sợ con 7 ông ấy lại đánh như con 7 trận trước thôi.
But now I'm here. I have a couple of Karjalan piirakka there. They might also distract me a little bit. Jani wobbles the 6 ball in. Should be fine. The 8 ball is not as easy as he wishes it to be. But if he plays good speed now, of course, then it's gonna be easy. But there's not a wide sector to play for. But it seems that he's perfect.
Lực kéo nhẹ về tốt thế.
And it should be 2-5 after this shot.
Okay.
The white ball a little bit like the control is not there in a way you would expect it to be. Of course, it doesn't matter when you make the balls, but for the confidence, for the odds to make all the balls, it's of course important to have the white ball under good control. Silver Michael is enlightening people here that Q-Lease is a China-made China cube brand. They make expensive, high-quality cues. That is very much true. They have very interesting actually, decorations in their cues, and what I'm in love with is the quality of the shafts or the touch.
Ông ấy bảo tay này xếp lỗi cho mình rồi. Mình không ăn được con 1.
Okay, so it was Jani's break. He had a good chance to.
Nãy toàn xếp 2 ở dưới đáy, trận này lại xếp 2 ở bên là mình đánh bị lỗi rồi.
From the break. So even though Hoang doesn't have a open shot or like a open attacking shot on the 1 ball, he has lots of options to play a killer safety, so Jani might be
Hôm
in
nay anh Hoàng
trouble
định thủ như
after
thế nào?
this shot. Would have been important to have this break now well for Jani, so the early comeback would have
Số 4 này.
continued a little bit longer. Huang plays it actually a bit.
Ui.
Oh, that was. If Jani was lucky with his
Hôm nay có một
three
cái
ball
anh Hoàng thủ rất
previous rack,
tức là
now
hôm nay anh
he's
Hoàng
very
thủ
lucky with the
lỗi
one
nhiều
ball.
mọi
He
người ạ.
obviously
Nếu
played
mọi người xem
safety,
trận
he
trước đấy,
wanted the cue ball to be
anh Hoàng
behind
thủ
the
bị
five,
hở và này thì
but the one ball
thủ
went
chết một luôn.
from the narrowest
Con cái
of
cũng
gaps
không giấu được sau con
to the
4
corner
sau con 5.
pocket, and the white ball came from behind the five, and now he has
Ok,
actually
hai vẫn xử lý
quite
tốt.
easy. He has easy two ball. The eight ball is a little bit distracting his positional play, but he most likely is able to play it. He goes two cushions quite perfectly actually. Very good shot. He had to play it a little bit harder, or he wanted to play it a little bit
Con này sẽ
harder
trôi
too,
nhẹ về thôi. Đánh
probably
4 đường
because
xa.
of the eight ball, so he felt he can avoid the contact with the eight ball easier that way. And the rest, all the balls are open, so this is bad news for Jani's comeback now. Of course, I should add that there is a small chance that he played the one ball. There is a small chance. It seemed that he was wishing to have the white ball behind the five. That was like my first impression. But then again, as the one ball was possible, and if he wouldn't have made the one ball, there was still two ball and then those four, I think it was 4 and 6, which were distracting or like covering the upper left corner pocket. So maybe he played the one ball and was thinking that if it doesn't go in, then it's behind those three balls. So maybe instead of having a huge lucky shot, maybe it was excellent two-way shot.
Cam nhìn sợ thế. Đúng rồi, tắt đi để góc này đi.
He played two straight. The
Cam
7
sợ
ball
thế.
wasn't good, but good enough. So he had a little bit of angle, and he was able to force follow ideally to the 9 ball. So it's 6-2. Jani needs to pull some sort of a miracle now. Min Quang is saying it's obviously a safety shot. Well, that's what I thought also, but you know, world-class players like the highest class, and if you see like Efren's game, there's lots of shots which even a good hobby player, like even a good amateur players don't see, where you can play two-way. So if he played only safe, if he only wanted to hook the cue ball behind the 5, then he should have maybe played the one ball a little bit with less speed, so that he didn't risk pocketing anything, like not pocketing the one, but also he could have by accident combination he could have made the 4 ball or 6 ball. So I give it a little chance that he was playing a two-way shot, but I of course also first thought that it was a safety shot, and he was just very lucky. I don't know, you have to ask Huang after.
Con này trước đấy nhẹ nên đánh 3 đường xa thôi.
Now he had a good break. Two ball is open to the bottom right, and after that 3 ball to the top right corner. Okay, he had to play carom, or maybe because of the position he wanted to play it with carom, played it ideally, has a nice angle. can play it with the slow speed, pocket speed, which is good for, which makes the pocketing much easier. Like you can see the pockets take the ball very generously when the speed is
Bốn
correct.
năm này thì không có vấn đề gì.
When you
Nói chung
try
là
to
đến cái
force,
tầm này thì cũng không có vấn
then
đề
you
gì.
have to be sharp. The corners of the pockets are like less forgiving than, for example, in diamonds, when you shoot harder shots. I mean, hard speed, like a higher speed. But when you shoot slow speed, they
Quá
take
tay
it
rồi.
very much more easier.
Hơi quá tay. Vẫn về 7 đẹp được. Phê nhẹ 5 giờ.
Quang Tran Nguyen is asking what's the pocket width, and I said already that I don't know, unfortunately, the official width, but in my experience, they play quite a lot harder, quite a lot of more difficult than the ordinary diamonds, especially when the cloth is a bit worn out. But it's still, I have now played also quite a lot with diamond, which was 425. So I would say that the pocket might be a little bit wider than this 425, but it plays about the same easiness than diamond, which is 425. Yes, Ming Quang is agreeing that maybe there's a chance that it was an intentional shot. All in all, it's now 7-2, and Jani needs some luck on his side to now survive all the breaks of Hoang also. It's not only in his own hands anymore. He does make the one ball, he does have a cut shot on the two. Not too easy to play the position for the three. Probably what I would try is to go between the 5 and 8. He goes with the side spin, gets unlucky, but with that gets unlucky with the scratch, but he wouldn't have been on the tree anyways. What I meant by playing between the 5 and 8 is, even though it's very narrow, in my opinion it would have given the most chances. Even if you hit the 5 or hit the 8, you would still have quite good chances of being positioned for the 3, but when you played it like Jani played, there was the center pocket and there was the left corner pocket, which happened, but also even if it would have gone to the pocket, there is a chance to hook behind the 8. Okay, Hoang is a little bit letting it loose. He could have played it slower, like a stop shot type of a shot, and leave a 6 ball to the upper right corner, but he wanted a little bit to let his arm loose. This is of course good position for the 6, or was. Now I would say he's not ideal. Now he's bit in the 50-yard line. He has difficulties to draw it on the left side, and he has to force it on the right, which he probably tries to. Oh, okay. With the soft spin, he was actually very much able to even he even overdid the soft. This Predator cloth has only 70% of wool, but they have somehow been able to produce it in a way that the friction is actually very, very, very high. So when you draw the ball, it actually comes very easily, and sometimes too much like the previous shot, but Huang was able to recover well from that. It does, once again I repeat that I'm commentating through a monitor. I'm here present, they are just next room of me, but because we have two different commentating boxes now. The other one is behind a glass window, so that can be nowadays we can commentate the table 1 or actually any other table also through that glass window, so we can see the table live in real angles, real way. But because of the commentating noises, we have now put this second TV table which we are watching now. We have put a commentating box in a separate room, so we don't distract the players or we don't distract the other commentating box. So I'm watching the match through a monitor, and that's why it's a bit hard at times to see the angles. Okay, a rare dry break from Hoang, and there is a open table now for Jani to go 3-8, and despite the lousy odds for winning from here, what I would encourage Jani to do is to focus on the work, ethics, make the balls, which he doesn't do, which is a pity because he anyway has a game after this. It's good to keep the focus on, not let the emotions or the current result affect the game too much. Nice shot by Huang. This is actually okay. He gives the hand. I don't know. Does he mean that it was a lucky that the ball went in, or if it was a lucky that the white ball just barely came behind the 6? But now I thought first he will play safe. Then when I saw him banking it was pure like straight in, I thought that this was another of these two-way shots. Well, this one we don't have to guess. It was obviously a safety shot. Not sure if the first one was also meant for safety, but
Còn này còn đường hai băng ngắn băng dài thôi thì bạn.
we have 1.2 thousand viewers, so it's great to see how active the Vietnamese fans are.
Còn đường một băng dài
I'm a
không?
former professional player myself. I used to go to Philippines a lot,
Đường
and I
một băng
love
dài
Asia.
thì
Asia the most, but I
còn né
haven't
đầu
been able
con
to
5.
visit Vietnam. I played, for example, 2006 World Cup of Pool. There was a
hai
Vietnamese
băng dài.
pair. I don't remember the other guy's name, but the other one was this.
Con 3 này chấm mỏng được này.
I hope I remember it correctly. It was Lung Chi Dung or something like that. He was like this a bit shorter fellow. You must know him in Vietnam well. He's the guy. He's famous for this YouTube clip from 2006 World Championships, where I was also playing in Manila, Philippines, and he played with Vilmos Földes from Hungary, and he made I think it was Duong who made 2 fouls for Vilmos and hooked him like that the object ball was in the middle of 3 balls and a rail, so Vilmos had to jump on top of the balls, and I think he was able to do it. There is a YouTube clip from it, and I think it was Vilmos who jumped, and I think it was Dong who made the safety, but could be other way around also. He was a very good player. They were semi-finalists in the World Cup of Pool
Anh cho thẳng về luôn.
in 2006, which was a big surprise. then, because Vietnam was not they were not internationally acknowledged at the time. And I remember Efren was very disappointed
Trận này đánh nhàn quá anh em ạ.
that Vietnam lost to USA tightly, because Strickland and Rodney
Chưa có
Morris
ám lực
were
gì.
more scary opponents for the final. So
Để
here
xem
we
trận tiếp
go.
theo là vào lúc nào.
Hoang for a 9-2 win and pretty much a perfect game. Couple of small mistakes from Hoang, very small mistakes. One scratch from the break, 2 cushions, 1 dry break,
Này 4 giờ
one
chiều
scratch
họ
from a
rồi.
difficult jump shot, and maybe some sloppy, a little bit sloppy safety, but
Giờ
otherwise very,
còn nhánh thua thôi. Như thế anh Hoàng chỉ là
game
sang
from
ngày hôm sau mới đánh.
Thank you for all the
Đúng rồi,
viewers.
còn nhánh thua thôi.
It's nice to have so many. Yes, Long Chi-dung. He was playing 2006 in the World Cup of Pool. And he was also in the World Championships those years, 2006, maybe I think 2007. He was a very good player. Thank you again for following the match. It's great to see so many fans here, so many viewers here. All the feedback is
Tiếp theo thì
welcomed. And please subscribe to BilliardTube. We are
chắc là ngày mai ở đây không thấy
streaming a
ghi
lot
lịch,
of
không thấy
pool,
ghi giờ.
different levels, sometimes amateur, sometimes professional.
Đối cũng chưa có, nhưng chắc là ngày
Of
mai rồi.
course, the commentating is mostly in Finnish, but the chat, we follow the chat if you have questions, if you have anything to say. We are very grateful for your feedback, and please subscribe so we get more viewers then for the future. Also, the Ilkka is asking, missä näkee kaavion? Where can you see the flow chart? It's a VNT, WNT. Wait, let me check it so I don't give you a yes. So it's vntlivescores.com. You have to register, which is annoying, but just do it once and that's it. And you can see all the Matchroom 9-ball series events from there, and it's for free. The flowchart to see the results is for that site is for free, so you just have to register once.
Tối nay còn lại mấy trận nhánh thua thôi.
And the next matches will start at 6 o'clock, so I'm not 100% sure. I think it's gonna be Kim Laaksonen and or at least it has been Kim Laaksonen and David Alkeide. Kim Laaksonen from Finland, he's a very well-known player here. He's extremely, I mean, he's after Mika Immonen